Hello! So, welcome to the fourth week of our cook along. We've got a brand new menu for you. The first dish, I'm just going to show you now, just over here. So it's, again, it's a bit of a play on a dish that I've had, well, it's influenced by a dish that I had at Arpège in Paris, which is one of my favourite restaurants. So there's a couple of different components to it, but one of them is this, which is, it's a beetroot tartare. We've just got to finish it with some chives, etc. So obviously it looks like a steak tartare, similar seasonings to it, etc. But what I'm going to pair it with is a few other different things. So we've got some smoked eel, we've got some apple, a little bit of dill mayonnaise, and a few other little bits of garnish. So the first thing I need to do, or that you need to do, is chop the chives. So I've not chopped them because they're much better freshly cut. So obviously just line them all up nicely. When you chop herbs, it's really important, A, to have a sharp knife, but B, we chop like that. So what a lot of people do is they chop like this, but you should slice through it. So what we want to do is we don't want to crush the herbs. We just want to basically clean cut straight through them. Okay, so I'll just add that to my chives. Sorry, I'll add the chives to the beetroot rather. Mix it in. So we'll just pop a little bit of this on the plate. So you've got plenty of this, there'll probably be a bit left over, but just put a big portion on there. And then we've got some apple here, which is two different types of apple. So one's a cooking apple that we cook down with lemon, and the other one is some fresh apple that we've compressed with some lemon. So that's really fresh and acidic. And then on top of it, we're going to put the eel. So yours should be in a nice bit. I've got kind of the bits of trim, but I'll just put a little bit on. So smoked eel is one of my absolute favourite ingredients. It's absolutely delicious. Now I'm just going to top it with some wild rice that I've just puffed, and then it's dressed with a powder of dehydrated wine vinegar and salt. Just pop that on top for texture. So here I've got some mayonnaise that I've made from dill. So you can put this in a squirty bottle or whatever, but for this, I just think a little blob on the plate is very nice. And then for whatever you want, really, we've got a few flowers for garnish. You can just leave them off completely or use them for the dessert. You can. Obviously, the colours look quite nice with the beetroot, so you can pop it on there if you like. But that's our first dish. So onto our main course, we've got a really, really rich, indulgent dish for you as the main. It's basically some braised short rib that we've taken off the bone. We get this from Price and Fretwell, a local wholesale butcher. It's really, really good quality Yorkshire or Derbyshire beef, dry aged. It's excellent. We barbecue it, so you see it's got a nice kind of caramelized colour on the outside, and then it's make an incredibly rich sauce that's got lots of red wine in it, lots of beef and veal stock. It's got thyme, it's got orange zest, it's got rosemary, it's got everything in there. And we cook that right down, and then it's cooked for 24 hours, and then we take it off the bone and then kind of rebag it. So the way to cook it is essentially just take a largish or medium-sized pan of water, and they're all different sizes. So what we've done, we've weighed you out an individual portion. So some will have thick bits, some will have thinner bits. If it's quite thick, say 2.5 centimeters, you want to bring a pan of water to the boil, drop it in, take it completely off the heat. If they're relatively thin, it's going to take about 15 minutes. It could take up to 20-25 minutes. But the cool thing is about this, once it's warm, you can just pop a little bit of cool water in just to maintain it at a sort of 60-degree temperature, and it'll just sit there until you're ready. So you can have your starter and then come back to this. So this is ready to go now. So we've got that, and then here we've got some potato that I've done for you, and this is the famous Joël Robuchon puree of pomme de terre, which I'm sure you've heard of. Super rich mashed potato. If you like it a little bit softer, you can add a little bit of milk. Personally, I'm just gonna cook it as it is. So it's really important that you keep the heat really low on this. So spread it out on the bottom of the pan. And then just put it on a moderate heat. So you don't want it to be hot. So just to kind of warm through it. It wants to take 3-4 minutes just to warm through gently. And then the other element we've got are these hen of the wood mushrooms, mitake mushrooms, which have an incredible flavour. We're just going to saute these. So we just break them down. And we've given you quite a lot of these as well, so there's some you can save for other uses. Absolutely amazing ingredient, these. One of the most delicious things you can eat, I think. Let's check on the mash. Just warming through, gently. So that's kind of warm now, so I'm just going to put it on the lowest possible setting and just let it sit there. So onto the mushrooms, hot pan. I'm just going to take this out now and drain it off. So, cut one end of the bag open using scissors or either a knife and just drain all that sauce out. We've only given you a moderate amount of this because it's mega rich. So the mash is warm, the sauce is warm with the meat. We've got a saute pan here. We put some neutral flavoured oil in it. Don't use anything like extra virgin. Normal olive oil's fine. I'm just going to get a little bit of colour on it. You see they go lovely and golden. Just literally like chicken skin, really. It's remarkable. So you notice I've not got much oil in the pan, just a little bit, and they will absorb oil. We don't really want them absorbing oil, because in a minute we're going to hit them with a load of butter, and we want them to really absorb that. Okay, so pop some butter in the pan. Take it off the heat now. Don't let these burn, they will burn. Season. And then we take them out of the pan just to drain off. Now we'll put this together. So we've got this lovely glossy mashed potato. And I'm going to pop a couple of bits of the beef on. Put my beautiful mushrooms on there. And then just for garnish, we've just got some thyme. Just need to pick the little bits off. This is not really for presentation, it gives a beautiful flavour as well. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of rock salt over it. That's optional, of course, depending on how much you like your salt. And just a little bit of the sauce. We don't want loads of the sauce because it's extremely rich. So. That's it. So braised short rib, Robuchon mash. And we've got the maitake mushrooms and just a little bit of thyme over the top of it. So on to dessert. So we've got a really softly set chocolate mousse, a little bit of peanut brittle, and some banana that's been slowly poached. The banana looks really weird. It's got a bizarre texture. There'll be inevitable comparisons with certain body parts, but it is delicious. So we tried it with pineapple and all sorts of other things, but I think this combination works really well. So I'm just going to just warm this very gently. Now, this could go wrong. Don't worry if it collapses, etc. It'll still taste delicious. Just let it heat up. So what I need to do now is put the other items on the plate. So I've got my poached banana. Peanut. Then, and don't forget to do this. A few little flakes of the sea salt that you've got, that really makes it. And then we get some of this delicious syrup. So it's made with, kaffir lime leaves, loads and loads of spices, cinnamon, cloves. There's about a dozen spices in it. And there. And if you want, you can garnish it with some of the flowers, but I just eat it like that. Right guys, thank you for that. Don't forget to warm up your bread. Put it in the oven at about 150. Give it about 25 minutes, half an hour. We really can't wait to see your meals. If you would, we'd really appreciate it. We'd share on social media. It's the Gourmet Dining Room on Facebook, my personal profile, Michael Price. And on Instagram, it's the_kitchen_and_cook. Thanks ever so much for these cook-alongs. You've really been supporting us. It's been fantastic. Have a great weekend. Thank you.